Good morning, sweet world, and welcome to the No Dunks podcast presented by FanDuel. It's Tuesday, March 17th, 2026. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm Jay Skeets here in the Classic Factory, and alongside me, as always, Tas Millis.
All the Patricks out there, everyone who knows a Patrick, this one's for you.
Next to him, it's my top shot hot boy, Trey Kirby.
Ayo.
Ayo. And last but not least, making the magic happen, super producer JD.
Hello.
There he is. Everybody dressed in green, some guys in hats. Tas with the classic backwards baseball cap, and Trey Kirby with one of the biggest hats I've ever seen.
Yeah, this is a Chief brand top hat.
Jesus, that thing is huge.
Yeah, it's really big.
JD had to reframe the camera shot. Let's get this in the frame.
That is a good looking hat.
Yeah, it's really
man.
tall. Very
Yeah.
tall.
Is it light or heavy? Like, is
No,
your
it's super light. You want to try it on?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, of course.
Watch this.
Yeah.
I'll be able to put my entire head in it. I told you.
That looks cool.
That is very light.
Yeah, go for it. Get it,
Very,
get it.
very light
Just
hat.
put it away.
Yeah, you do.
Double green.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, you look cool, man.
Yeah, it looks good on you.
It actually
really
fits
good.
better because I've got a hat underneath it.
Yeah. Hey, can I borrow your hat to wear that hat? All right, thanks for joining us again. Happy St. Patrick's Day. On today's show, we'll recap a few of last night's games, including Trey Kirby's report from down at the Fortress here in Atlanta, where he watched a totally normal Monday night basketball game.
It's just a simple Monday.
Yeah, nothing special about it, but the Hawks won. We'll get into that. Later, we're going to hit the beach to answer a few of your NBA adjacent questions. But first, history has been made. Pop the champagne, or at least let's have a green beer to celebrate. 2 wedgies last night. Number 63 was Denny Avdia blocking Drake Powell in Brooklyn. That's wedgie 63. Ties the all-time record for wedgies in a season. But we weren't done. Late in the night, Darius Garland with the moon ball.
Wow.
Wedgie three-point attempt over Wemby to give us 64 wedgies. A new record task for wedgies in a season. And we're not done, baby.
Look at that. Look at that graphic. Whoa! Yeah, when we started tracking these back in 14, 15, 50 was a big deal.
Yep.
Now
Yep.
64,
Come on.
no big deal.
I mean, 70, of course, in play, and now we're hoping to eclipse Barry Bonds' home run record of 73.
We got to chase him down.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, we'll
Go
see.
get him.
That's what we're doing. I mean, people were saying this on Blue Sky on Twitter last night. That Darius Garland one, maybe one of the deepest wedgies we've ever had. Like, he's a couple feet behind the three-point line because Wemby's out there. I think they're right. I mean, we'd have to go check the database, but it might be the longest distance, I guess is a better way to put it, wedgie.
I think he was going for it last night. He knew the number that we had achieved because he took a couple bombs yesterday, and one became a toilet bowl, which we'll get to later.
It's a great toilet bowl.
What
yes,
a
indeed.
toilet bowl.
What a toilet.
Shout out to Ralph Lawler, who was really the originator of the word wedgie. We popularized it, but whenever I hear wedge or I see a wedgie, I hear a wedgie.
Yeah.
I hear Ralph Lawler.
And it's a good point that the record-breaking wedgie happened in L.A.
Wow.
Where Ralph Lawler would have
Wow.
been theoretically on the call for that. So that's
Yeah.
great. So 64 wedgies, we ain't done. 70 the new goal, I guess, here. But let's
It's
get
not
in.
even April.
No,
amazing.
It's March 17th. Yeah, lots of basketball still be played. So let's talk about some of those games last night. And yeah, I want to start with you going down to the Fortress. You know, it was Magic City Monday game, which was then
Was it?
canceled. The promotion at least canceled, but it was all the stuff still happening. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker scored a career-high 41 points as the Hawks beat the Magic 124-112 for their 10th straight victory. Kaka!
Yeah, clearly a lot of people had bought tickets for the Magic City game, turned into just the Magic being in the city on a Monday. And it was good for the Hawks because this is the biggest game they've had this season, playing their best competition that they've had during this win streak, finally getting out of the 9th seed with their 10th straight win. And the arena was abuzz, and I think it was a really impressive performance for the Hawks. Them and the Magic coming into the season, you throw in the Pistons as well, were 3 teams that had like pretty similar expectations. Can they take a step forward? The Pistons did it. The Magic were disappointing, but have gotten things together here. And then the Hawks just looked great last night. So to see these 2 teams that are kind of in the same sort of area, especially now with both playing well, both trying to avoid the play-in tournament, I think was great. And the Hawks just looked really, really good. Very crisp on offense. They had 33 assists on 43 makes. Quite the difference from an Orlando team that just looked completely stuck in the mud. Poor shooting performance from Paolo. Not a lot of creation outside of him. Desmond Bane did okay getting to his own shots, but they just looked like they were really lacking ball movement, an elite creator for others, and they're certainly at a disadvantage athleticism-wise against the Hawks. Like, Anthony Black would have been very helpful in this game because the three guards of Daniels, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and CJ McCollum, it was really giving Orlando problems with the guard screening action. Nickeil Alexander-Walker was the big beneficiary here, 41 points, a career high, hit 9 threes, and a lot of these threes were wide open, just the Magic being completely confused. Alexander Walker hit a couple of big ones with Orlando rallying in the fourth quarter, but I thought his defense on Bane was also excellent. Jalen Johnson just setting everything up. When he would see bodies, he would be able to get off it. You compare him to the way Paolo was playing when he would see bodies, we kind of try and force up a shot just because the playmaking's not quite the same. So great win for the Hawks against the Magic.
Yeah, I don't know if the arena or the team was ready for the Orlando Magic just because this was Magic City night, but they were far more ready than the Orlando Magic were. They just were ready to play. And the Magic coming in with a 7-game win streak, but they were just outdone. It was honestly, watching from home, not all that exciting unless you're a Hawks fan to watch Nickeil Alexander-Walker drop 41. They were just outdone everywhere. Offensive boards, 15-8. It just wasn't all that fun, to be quite honest. The Magic just weren't ready.
No, you're right. But, I'll add to that. The Hawks go up early. Okay, it's 34-21. But you've watched a lot of Atlanta Hawks games, either in person or just watching on TV. We live here in Atlanta, if you don't know. How many times does the Hawks have maybe a good first quarter, a good first half, and they let teams come back all the time? Like, the Hawks are just like either down 15 or up 15. It's never a game. You can't leave. It's always going to get close, usually.
Yep.
It really didn't. That was the most impressive part. They sort of just dominated from tip right to the end, to the point where they were pissing off the Magic right at the end. Had a little shoving match after Nickeil Alexander, I guess, attempted to hit his 10th three-pointer, and it was like hijinks. Just people were pissed off. The Magic were pissed off. They got punked. Yeah. But it was impressive
and they
that
hate
Atlanta.
Bane.
Yes,
the Hawks hate Bane.
The Hawks hate Bane.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't believe they just led basically the entirety of the game.
They
and never really let Orlando back into it.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
When you've got a three ball coming from CJ McCollum that can bounce on the floor, and then the Atlanta Hawks are able to retrieve it.
Yeah.
I mean, that they ain't ready. And that was the one that was passed to Jaylen Johnson for that monster runway dunk, which was
nice.
Fantastic. That was, I think, the highlight of the night, other than Nickeil Alexander-Walker continuing to do what he's doing this season.
Yeah. Jaylen Johnson, the triple-double, you said, awesome triple-double. 24 points, 15 boards, 13 assists, and he is a triple-double machine right now. One of the leaders, obviously, this season, but great win. My final thought on Nickeil Alexander-Walker, they must have figured out, when you pass this guy the ball for a three-point shot, put it high. He loves to catch, his release is wild. It's so high on his body. And he has the ability to then go into his shot. More guys a little bit more lower in the pocket to maybe create the energy from their legs and into the shot. Not him. Throw it high. It's basically near his, just under his chin, and then he just lets it rip. But he was feeling himself. A lot of threes, and I guess he's at least on the short list, and I know we have the odds from FanDuel for most improved player. I don't think he's going to win. If anything, he might lose it to his own teammate in Jalen Johnson. But the odds are Jalen Duren, then Jalen Johnson, and a little bit lower, Nickeil Alexander-Walker at plus 1,500. But a guy that has almost doubled up his points per game. So deserving to be in at least consideration.
Absolutely. Done and done.
Yeah, what's Jordan on the broadcast? I don't know his last name. They just kept calling him Jordan on Peacock.
It started with a B.
Cornette? Is he Jordan something like that?
I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't. Well, usually it's Robbie Hummel's spot. But he got to sit beside Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield jumped on the broadcast.
Yeah, I saw that when I was watching the highlights back this morning. But they asked Nickeil Alexander-Walker, "You think he could win Most Improved Player?" He said, "God willing." So he would like it, but and like you're saying, he's going up against his teammate, and they'll probably both come in second and third.
The biggest knock against him is he's going up against, in today's new era of MIP, you have to turn into an all-star. That's what these guys ahead of him basically did, right? Jalen Duren's the favorite. Do we have this graphic, JD, or no? Okay. Jalen Duren minus 140, Jalen Johnson plus 300, Deni Avdija plus 400, and then Nickeil Alexander-Walker at plus 1,500. He is improved, of course. And he's on one of the best deals in the league. We talked about that when we were doing our underrated sort of players draft, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. But the other guys, they're the they're the level up, so to speak, in the MIP, and one of them will win this. And again, Duran's the favorite.
Is it a 4 for 64, 4 years, 64 million?
Something like
same
that.
Amount
It's
of,
in the 60 year. Yep.
Same amount of wedgies as millions. Just like Max Strus. I think we said 4 for 64 Max Strus yesterday. 64 is just coming out like crazy.
Wow,
over the last 24 hours. So you had those wings. Did you have the lemon?
I did have those wings. I waited 20 minutes in line
Wow.
for the Magic City wings. Well, let me say, they were not branded. Not in any way, shape, or form.
No.
There was just lemon pepper and lemon pepper barbecue, but they had a big lineup. A lot of people waiting. Every single person that I was in line with was going for the wings, and guess what? They were good.
Yeah, they look good.
Yeah, they were delicious, but
The fries look
they were
decent
tiny.
too.
Yeah, the fries were good. Standard fry.
Yeah.
And that's a dirty Sprite right there.
Okay.
In honor of my good friend Future. Did see a lot of bootleg Magic City gear.
Yeah, for sure.
Because apparently the team can't send it out till after the game has happened because they don't want to be seen flaunting the rules. But yeah, a lot of Magic City shirts. And my favorite one that I saw, one guy in like the Peachtree font had a shirt that just said NBA hates lemon pepper wings.
Okay, that's good.
I saw him too quickly to snag a photo of him, but I thought that was pretty good. T.I. was awesome at halftime. He shouted out Magic City for sure during one of his songs that he
right
did.
away, I thought.
Yeah, like one of the first two songs.
Yeah.
And then he did the chorus of maybe every song he's ever made.
Wow.
Yes, he
Just a hell of a medley, eh?
He did all medley for the first probably 5 minutes, went through at least 10 songs, all the hits, and then he played his new song all the way through, which is actually pretty good.
Oh.
He's got a good voice.
He's got a solid voice.
He's got a good old man voice. Like, he's only gotten more gravelly as he's gotten older, as a lot of people do. I just watched The Godfather 3 recently, and Al Pacino's voice got crazy from 2 to 3, like over 30 years of time. Didn't work for him. Works perfectly for T.I. because I feel like he played it up early on in his career, and now he's just naturally gravelly.
Nice.
Question about lemon wings. Do you think lemon wings are the food that Atlanta is most known for?
Absolutely. By
Probably.
far, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably,
Trying to
yeah.
think of another one.
Yeah, it's like
What would you go?
Waffle House. I mean, sort of like, or
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A is what I
Yeah.
think of. Yeah.
or even a chicken biscuit sandwich, like
Sure.
like a specific type of food.
Those are restaurants, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
straight up food, it's lemon pepper wings.
How long can the Hawks extend this winning streak to? They have 2 games on the road in Texas. They play in Dallas on Wednesday, and they play in Houston on Friday. And then they come home and play the Warriors and Grizzlies. And then, like, their next big competition, I know the Rockets are a good team. Then they got to play Detroit and Boston. I mean, I guess they could get this thing. They could get it to 14 the way they're playing. They'd have to beat Houston. That would be a big one.
That's a
there
big
on
one.
Friday night. But some of that other competition, they should. Of course, they'll be favored and probably will win those the way they're rolling right now.
And they've moved up to technically 8th spot.
Oh,
In the
they're out of the
Eastern-
9th
Yep.
spot. They've done it. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
we made a short of it yesterday, and how they've stuck in the 9th spot this entire win streak until the Magic City. It's magic. It's magic.
Let's go to Luka leading the Lakers to the 192 victory over the Rockets to bring them up here for LA's 6th straight victory. What do you think of Houston's fourth quarter performance? It's something you've talked about a lot, and there were a lot of turnovers, and they shot the ball poorly. And Durant's basically saying, my bad. This is on me, how I handled the double that they were throwing at me.
Yeah, they got to him. Simple as that. They kind of threw him off. You saw Kevin Durant turn over and over and over 7 times in total. You saw some of them just by LeBron James literally just let go of the ball, back up and put his heel on the midcourt line. Then he had an 8-second violation to go over half court. He almost had a second 8-second violation, which I was completely shocked by. It was easily just the play was double and then let them try and go 4-on-3, but he was kind of on his back heel. I mean, he threw one into Luka Doncic's leg. It just was he was just completely thrown off, and I don't know if part of it was that odd flagrant call that he shouldn't have got called for. I mean, he threw Austin Reeves, but after that, he was just off. And yes, Alperen Şengün wasn't out there to be his outlet, but there were times, Ben Thompson did a good job. There were some Reed Shepherd moments. He threw down a dunk. But all in all, Kevin Durant just wasn't himself. And then you look at the other side in a clutch time situation, the Lakers came through. not just the top 3, but besides, Luka, who was awesome, LeBron, and Austin Reeves, the classic stuff. Those other 2 guys, Marcus Smart and DeAndre Ayton, just came through. It was easily just those guys just doing their thing to help out the top three offensively, just exactly what they drew up at the beginning of the season. I mean, even Jabari did a good job. Jabari Smith did a good job of guarding Luka Doncic one possession, and then he threw it to LeBron. LeBron just has to be the outlet guy. Swing. Marcus Smart, splash. And then there goes Marcus Smart just getting in your face, ripping a ball out of Amen Thompson's hands. He dove to the floor when they're up 10 with 35 seconds left. He just dove to the floor. DeAndre Ayton, offensive board with 1:15 left. Another offensive board with 55 seconds left. Then a Smart assist for a hook with 43 seconds left. Yeah. One team was really good at clutch, and the other was not.
I mean, the fourth quarter was a goddamn rock fight. It was 17-12 in the fourth, but those big plays by the Lakers right down the stretch where Houston had no answer to score.
Yeah, Lakers went 8 of 34 from 3, scored 100 points, and won fairly easily when it came down to it. That's why I think this is more of a bad loss for the Rockets than a great win for the Lakers, just because Durant was brutal. He took all of the blame afterwards, took some accountability, saying, this is all on me. I didn't handle the double teams well, and that's a bit of an understatement. 12 points, like you're saying, in the fourth quarter. They had 7 turnovers in the fourth, 4 made shots, 15 turnovers in the second half. Just in the fourth quarter alone, they had a 3-minute scoreless drought and a 3.5-minute scoreless drought. Yeah. That's half the quarter. You can't win that way. They had 0 counter to anything the Lakers were doing. They would wait sometimes to double them. They would bring a double right away sometimes. And basically, no matter which way they were doing it, it was going to be a turnover from Kevin Durant. It looked like he'd never seen a double team before in his life. He's a little overtasked at this point in his career as the primary playmaker. The guy's a scorer. And he was saying, I was just trying to play 1-on-5. Maybe I should go hang out in the corner.
Yeah, he said, quote, maybe. Just get out of the way, he said, yeah. And,
I mean, on a night like this, maybe so, but what's the other options?
Yeah,
There is no other options with no Şengün. So, I don't know. It's a little bit on coaching. It's a little bit on KD. To me, he's just had a really, really bad game, and the availability was a problem, but this is why you can't really take the Rockets all that seriously, I don't think, coming into the playoffs if it's this easy to scheme them out of a game.
Yeah, and Kevin Durant had an awesome first half. He was 7-11, 16 points. But then, like I said, something mentally got to him where he was just, again, on his back foot a little bit more, turning the ball over a little bit more. When you're doubling him from so far away from the hoop, it's clear there's a 4-on-3 opportunity. A lot. And just the other guy, and especially, Tari Eason was not good at being that outlet guy. Dorian Finney-Smith, not great being that outlet guy. Again, Amen Thompson did it a little bit, but they just needed somebody, and maybe Şengün could have been a little bit more of that guy. And it looked like it was going to be sort of Reed Shepherd to start this game, but he is definitely exploited on the defensive end. There's no doubt about that. Ime got right into his face at one point, but they need that Fred, who's on the bench, in that number 1 seat right beside the coaches, but he can't get out and play.
For the Lakers' defensive side of things, they ranked 20th in the league overall in defensive efficiency, giving up 115.7 points per 100 possessions. But over this streak here where they've won 9 of 10, they have a top 6 defense over these last 10 games. So obviously there's been improvement there. And I think you're right, TK. It's like, well, was this a more impressive Lakers win or sort of a worse Rockets loss? I think I would lean towards the Rockets as the loss, but at least the defense won the Lakers a game. Because, again, that was an ugly fourth quarter. They weren't hitting either. They scored 17 points. That's garbage. But they got it done with their defense and the guys doing the dirty work there. So that's something, because a lot of these wins have been because of offensive performances. Huge Luka games, huge Reeves games, and so on. But they got one of these ugly ones, which are going to happen in the playoffs and in series. So that's a good sign.
Yeah, we didn't. Even the most optimistic Laker fan did not consider going into the season Marcus Smart and DeAndre Ayton being the guys to come through with these clutch plays at the end. And Marcus Smart splashing that 3 with 2 minutes left, talking trash to those Rockets fans in the front row. And we're here in March, and they're still doing it, and they are come together. And they, like you said, it's been a little run here, and it's mostly been offensive. Just mostly their offense just pulling it out. But, yeah, they have these defensive shows. Again, the last 5 minutes, that's what they do.
They play again Wednesday night, these two teams. Got the little mini baseball series here. Yeah, so we'll see how Kevin Durant and the Rockets deal with these, I assume, double teams that they're going to send his way and switch it up how they come about them. But he's going to see them again. I mean, I don't know if Şengün's going to be back, but that will help.
Yeah. Hopefully. He doesn't need to bring the ball up the floor. It's like you just don't need to bring it up the floor, period. Even if it's going to run through you, it hurt them in the fourth quarter. It's like what Steve Kerr did with Steph Curry, the second he became the Warriors head coach, you don't need to do that. You can come off the ball, of course. Here comes Iguodala or whoever. Just bring up the ball. But yeah, they're pressuring him in the back. Again, almost 2 backcourt violations. He was just thrown off having to dribble 18 times on that McDonald's court. How do you guys feel about red and yellow jerseys on a red
mustard ketchup,
red
baby?
court? Yeah.
Love it, man. Hot dogs.
I don't mind it.
It happens. Yeah, it happens. The Rockets, that's one of their clutch looks. That's their championship look, red and yellow. Same with the Kansas City Chiefs. If you're good, it looks good. And if not, it looks like condiments.
That's fair.
What would be clutch is Fred VanVleet playing, and I know I'm super excited, and I'm the most optimistic Fred VanVleet injury return guy out there. It's nearing 6 months after tearing the ACL. So technically he could be coming back, but it sure doesn't feel that way. He was on his podcast Unguarded, and he did talk about it, and he didn't rule out coming back, but he also didn't guarantee he's coming back. So it is mid-March, so it's getting later and later and later. Unfortunate news there. Good news, seeing Chris Bosh do the pregame in the studio, seeing him out there after that medical scare that he had recently. So it's good to see him broadcasting basketball. Period.
Jaylen Brown, 18 of his 41 in the fourth quarter last night. A nice little duel there with Devin Booker, the shot making between these guys, as the Celtics beat the Suns by 8. Brown did attempt a lot of free throws, Trey. Career high, 21 free throw attempts. He went 19 of 21, so hit a lot of them too. But I bring that up because this is a guy that has spent a good portion of the season complaining about the whistle that he gets or doesn't get and the lack of attempts. So 21. It's actually the most free throw attempts by a Celtics player since
Paul Pierce.
2007. That's right. You got to go way back.
That's
a
a long
lot
time,
of attempts.
actually.
Yeah, exactly. But your takeaways from Celtics beating the Suns here.
Celtics have a very professional offense. Like, I feel like they don't miss a trick on things. If there's a mismatch for any player, that guy's getting the ball in a position to score, whether it be a catch and shoot situation, Tatum catching a small guy in the post, Jaylen Brown having a solid one-on-one matchup that he can attack. If you're the guy that should be getting the shot, you're going to get the shot. And that's really what stood out to me. They just play like it makes sense. They've got a lot of lineup versatility. They ran out of lineup. They haven't played at all until last night. Now that Tatum is back, I thought he looked pretty good as well. Jaylen Brown has taken a step forward as a scorer. Tatum is getting better and better, more comfortable jumping off of both legs, finishing with both hands. This team is clicking right now, and they're getting better with the addition of Tatum. We'll see what happens when Vooch comes back, but Garza was okay. I hear Drew Carter is calling Nemish Keita Neem the Dream now.
Whoa.
Kind of nice. Maybe a bit of an overreach,
Yeah,
but it sounds good.
Yeah, it does sound
It
good.
sounds good, and he's playing well. So I was just really impressed with the Celtics, and they look like the team to beat to me in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah. The way they closed it, 14-2 run in the last 4:46 after giving the ball over in 3 consecutive possessions. Jaylen Brown kind of off one foot, then Pritchard, then Tatum. I mean, they're just turning it over, and it looked like a little. You squint and you start to think, remember those Celtics before that they won the championship? They just couldn't close things out. It sort of looked like that. But Jaylen Brown and those MVP chants were loud and clear. To have 18 points in the fourth quarter and to have, I like you said about the Boston Celtics offense, they're perfect, it feels like. And on the other side, I love this coaching matchup. Mazzulla versus Jornot, I thought was great. They had Haywood Highsmith that they signed in the last couple months to go after Jaylen Brown. And it was a fun little matchup, and Highsmith was doing his thing, splashing threes. And the purpose of that is you're on him, so when Dylan Brooks comes back, everybody is in their assigned role. They don't have to change a single thing. So I loved watching that. But then the Celtics defense, they closed it out. I mean, the Brown steal on Booker, blindsiding him, then a Keita block on Highsmith. He looked like the dream out there. And Keita staying with Booker, just being able to shuffle with him, stripping him, jump ball. Then he altered his shot with 1:30 left, making him pass out. And then Pritchard drew the offensive foul on Booker. They closed this thing out, and they look like the team to beat in the Eastern Conference, period.
Other results from last night. I'll chuck them up here for everybody on YouTube. You had the Warriors beating the Wizards. They finally got a dub. Porzingis played well. Blazers beat the Nets. The Bulls beat the Grizzlies. A lot of highlights I saw in that Chicago Bulls
Yes,
game.
indeed.
Buzelis with some beauty dunks. Pelicans beat the Mavs as they continue their good play here. And Spurs beat the Clippers in a close one in that late night game, the game that gave us our record-breaking wedgie. 119-115. Any takeaways from any of those results last night?
Another triple-double for Josh Giddey last night.
Yes, he did.
He's got 12 this season. 5 have come in 7 March games.
That's right.
The March man is marching.
Yeah, that's right.
Incredible.
Also got a good trivia question for you guys. 2 players this season have 100 blocks and 100 3-pointers. Minimums.
Oh, it must be a reason you're asking us.
Minimums.
Wemby and Buzelis.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Matas Buzelis became only the
pretty
22nd
impressive.
player all time to go for 100 and 100 in the same season. It's happened 42 total times. So, he's had an okay season. Yeah, he got benched a lot during the middle of the season, but now is the time to run wild. Matas March. Thanks for playing.
How'd my boy do
for
last
winning.
night? Solid. Just totally solid. Of course, plus 21 in the plus-minus box score there. Leonard Miller, 10 and 7 and 2. Not a single turnover in sight.
That's right.
Way to go,
He's
Leonard.
a play finisher.
I mean, I'm loving Prosper and Leonard Miller playing each other last night. Canadians are loving this, man. Jesus. In fact, they stopped the Our Lady Peace concert to talk about it at one point. That was that. Let's just check it. They put it up on the screen behind them. We
Check
watched a
in
little
here.
Prosper Leonard Miller action. It was great. Little CanCon on CanCon.
I'm sure you loved watching that at the
did.
Our Lady Peace. What I liked watching was Stephon Castle last night. I thought he was so good in that game. He just takes advantage of every opportunity he has, even offensive rebounds. The way he was crashing and grabbing and putting it back. 7 offensive boards for that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he just showed his athleticism. Whenever he wanted it, he went and got it. And then he was setting guys up. He had 8 assists. 23 points, but he knows when he can drive, when he can go past guys. Like he had Brook Lopez on his back in the post, goes behind his back to spin around Brook because he knows Brook's going to be leaning a little bit to finish it. I thought he was excellent. The whole team obviously is great. When you got 4 guys scoring 18 plus in Castle, Wemby, Vassell, and Fox, it was a fun game. It went down to the wire.
Yep.
Because that guy we mentioned, Darius Garland, was looking good. Jordan Miller looking good. Mathurin looking good. It was fun without Kawhi.
I was going to say, we didn't bring that up on yesterday's NBA Weekend Winners and Losers podcast. We didn't bring up the fact that Kawhi, had missed a game or left that game with an ankle injury, then didn't play in this. Any concern there with Kawhi? And I mean, I know he's going to be in jeopardy of potentially missing the 65-game threshold. These all NBA teams could get insane here.
Yeah.
Like we got some wild guys making it because there's like so many guys that don't hit the quota. But it sucks they don't have them. They're a different team without them. Though that was a decent response or a close game, like you said.
Yeah. The wall had inflatable aliens that they were throwing out there at Wemby. A bunch of those, very funny. Yeah, if it's an ankle, is that a better sign than the thing that's been keeping him out for a long time? His knee. So,
I guess so.
I
Yeah.
guess.
Yes, it is.
I think so.
Yeah, no, it is an ankle injury, so it is different. Speaking of injuries, I saw Bradley Beal on the Clippers bench. Oh yeah. Bradley Beal.
He's on that team.
He was on that team.
Bradley.
Yeah.
I just thought the whole arena was fun. Brook Lopez won the opening tip against Victor Wembanyama.
Wow, really?
Whoa.
That was crazy.
Not many times it's happened, right? He's
like
only lost a
90%,
handful.
yeah.
Yeah.
He had the plan.
Somebody had the numbers going around the other day.
He didn't try and tip it back. He went opposite way. I guess that works,
yeah,
right?
man.
Just
Just
Smack
flick
it.
yeah.
it.
You're not gonna be able to. Yeah, that's right. You can't grab it from him. You gotta slap it forward or to a guy. Good move, Brooke.
That's huge.
veteran.
We need a supercut of just players winning jump balls against Victor Wembanyama. Dibs.
glorious. It's glorious stuff. Also glorious, Darius Garland hitting a long shot that went down like it was going down in a toilet in the arena that has the most toilets
Oh my
in
God.
the NBA. It
incredible.
fits so well. I wish he was asked about it afterwards, and he just said, I heard about the toilets in this arena, but I didn't know that the rims actually make it go down like a toilet. They think of everything in the Intuit Dome.
One more toilet in the
hilarious.
mix. That was a great toilet bowl. That was great.
Yeah.
That's one of the best things that happens in basketball. It's when the ball spins at least 3 times around. It's so good.
It is exciting.
Yeah.
Even that like a pickup run ever happens, you're like, everybody
do
gets
that?
pops, man.
But on such a far shot, I don't remember it being that deep.
He was a
shot
trickster. He was a
good, yeah.
trickster last night with that one, and then the wedgie that was also deep. He was doing it all. Any other notes from last night's
Oh,
games?
I gotta say, D'Anthony Melton.
Yeah, baby.
Dunk,
Oh,
that was
yes.
a nice dunk. And then Steph Curry pulling out the Will Smith Fresh Prince of Bel-Air look. That's what it looked like exactly to me. Like the stop and just like stare all the way down. It looked like Fresh Prince, not the new Fresh Prince, the old Fresh Prince. And Has anybody watched the new Fresh Prince?
It's like the gritty reboot.
Yeah, it's some reboot.
I haven't watched it.
Yeah, I guess it is gritty. Yeah, I guess
It looks more serious to me
than Old Will
than our NBC days or
and the
whatever.
Great
it's on.
Uncle Phil.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was a nice dog. That's
Huge.
about that.
Yeah, 27 points. He was balling.
Yeah,
He was balling.
and
They needed
Porzingis
him.
at 30.
That's
And it
right.
was Steve Kerr's 600th career victory. As they got a much needed one there as they try and get their way back to 500. 33 and 35, the Warriors are. But beat the Wizards. So when you play Washington, you got a chance to win. I think Wizards have lost 12 in a row. What are the Nets up to? We got some great, the Pacers have lost
we got
13 in a
lot
row.
of losers
We got some
right
long
now.
losing streaks going right now.
Yeah, Trae Young is playing. That's about it. I mean, he made a highlight that wasn't that we used to do on the starters, where nice drop off pass. He was doing some fancy stuff.
He's trying to put on a show.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Did I see he banged knees with somebody as well? Is what it looked like.
I didn't see the bang.
Yeah, set him down. He's helping him win too much.
Okay, we had some news, some updated news, I guess. NBA owners will vote next week on whether to officially explore expanding the league by 2 teams in Las Vegas and Seattle. If the league decides to move forward, it would need 23 of 30 owners to vote in favor. That's the number you got to hit. Shams reports that the 2 new franchises are being targeted to start play in the 2028-29 season. What's that? Basically 3 seasons from now. There were some more details from Shams reporting here, but we knew this was coming, and it looks like it is going to go through. Any thoughts?
Well, you think about the 30 teams who are going to vote on this, and you ask, why would they do this? Because the money gets split now 32 ways that they make instead of 30. But then you see the reason why, because teams are so expensive. The expansion fee that these teams are going to have to pay is a lot of money,
Right.
and these teams all get a chunk of it. So
And they don't have to share that with the
Players.
players.
Not basketball
So
and
those, whatever these franchises go for, $5+ billion probably, if not way more, that gets split, of course, between just the owners.
Yeah, our friends at our ESPN, Tim Bontemps, Bobby Marks estimated that each team would get $500 million each from 2 teams costing a total of $15 billion because the valuations are going up. So it'd be 7.5 each, and you get 500 each for these 30 teams. So it's kind of hard to say no.
Yeah, it means a team probably won't sell in the next 3 years.
Right.
If you've got a $500 million paycheck just waiting for you.
Just sitting there.
If you can wait.
That's a good point.
That's a very good point.
Yeah, industry executives project proposals in the $7 to $10 billion range for each team and estimate that both these markets would be among the NBA's top 8 revenue generators in these places as well. That's what they're saying in Seattle, in Las Vegas. And we've seen all these valuations skyrocket over the last couple of years with the Suns, Matt Ishbia purchasing them for $4 billion in 2022. And then in 2025, we had the Celtics going for $6.1 billion evaluation. Then the Lakers go for $10 billion, like a record for U.S. franchises. And the Blazers were also sold in August of 2025 for $4.25 billion. So yeah, 5+, 6, 7. Who knows how high these things go? Any other notes on this?
Well, Seattle makes sense. I think the quote was that they're the biggest city that doesn't have a team in the United States. They also have the history of the Supersonics, and as Bobby Marks reported at ESPN, all of the Supersonics team history goes to them immediately.
Yeah,
and
it's great.
Stolen from the Thunder, who stole them, which I think is good. So that's cool. I don't know that I'm crazy about Vegas. Like, the NBA started their flirtation with Vegas when Vegas was on and popping, and they would have been the only team in town. Now they'll be the 4th team in town, and Vegas is kind of cratering as a destination for people to go to. So it will be Vegas probably, but does it need to be? Also probably not.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, Seattle definitely should get it. And as we did talk about when we did our expansion draft, we talked about Key Arena and how it's a very old arena, but it's got the renovations. So I thought it would be soon. I thought even 27, 28 would be the year they got it. I was wrong. It's going to be a few years down the road, but it sure feels like those are the 2 teams. And it feels like the Seattle Supersonics are going to be called the Seattle Supersonics.
Yeah, they will. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
What will the Vegas team be called?
Yeah. We did the expansion draft. We did Las Vegas Venom.
We went Venom. Yeah, that's right. Vipers have been thrown around. Who knows? Let's hear your best suggestions for what will probably be a Vegas team.
Kings would be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, there's already a team called the Kings, but Kings would be very cool.
because of the aces in the WNBA. That's a nice pairing.
Jacks. Not so cool.
Not
Not
cool.
quite as cool.
But listen, everybody wants to watch TV. Excuse me. Everybody wants to watch sports on TV, live sports, and that's why it costs so much for these teams because of the TV deals. And also, people want to watch basketball around the world. To see part of that ESPN report that the NBA Europe League is happening, it feels like it's happening. It's going to happen even sooner than that.
Right.
I mean, bids for prospective teams are due on March 31st. People like watching sports more so than watching these podcasts. Ugh. You know, like sports are
not
going
this
to
podcast.
exist. No, this one's
People
great.
should watch this one.
This one's great.
Yeah.
But I just mean live sports.
From this
Still kicking
talk of
ass.
expansion, one thing people love to get into, man, people, they really get a kick out of this. The idea of like, okay, if we add these two teams to the Western Conference, Las Vegas and Seattle, which team goes east? Because we're going to want to have some sort of balance, right, between the 32 teams and 16 in each conference. So it sounds like executives expect either the Minnesota Timberwolves or the Memphis Grizzlies to move to the east to realign conferences. Do you have a particular favorite between those two, or do you want to make a case even for the Pelicans?
Okay, I think that the Pelicans have the second best case because they used to be the Hornets, who was an Eastern Conference team. They're also very far east.
Yes.
But the best case is the Minnesota Timberwolves because they are so close to the Bucks, the Bulls, the Pacers, the Cavs. Like, it makes sense that they would be lumped in with those teams travel-wise, whereas the Grizzlies, the Pelicans, they're close to like the Thunder and the teams in Texas. So keep those ones together. It's more regions, I suppose, than specifically Eastern and Western, but I think the Timberwolves should be the team.
So you think Minnesota Timberwolves go to the east? Try and wrap your head around that, man.
I can.
Wow. It's going to take me a minute. It's going to take me a minute. Blows my
It
mind.
feels like it's east enough. That's all. Okay. Yeah. Do they fly the most miles as far as teams goes in the NBA?
I mean, they're up there, I think.
I think I saw that their closest team is the Thunder. Their closest conference team is the Thunder, and that's the farthest closest team.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
And we should probably get, I mean, if this happens or when it happens, we will probably, if we keep divisions, I mean, I don't know if we will or not, but we'll go from 3 divisions to 4, will we not? We'll have 4 divisions of 4 teams.
It's the NFL, baby.
Yeah.
It is.
So
It
I
is the
think that
NFL,
will
baby.
be the realignment. And then we've also talked about once we have 32 teams, get excited for the NBA Cup.
Oh,
We could have a March Madness like bracket. Could do something with that.
Oh,
I'm telling you.
You're excited.
I'm telling you, it's going to happen, Tass. You know Silver loves it. So, yeah, let's hear your thoughts on which team should go east, which team will go east.
One last question.
Yeah.
As NBA fans, would you vote for 2 more teams? Like, do you think we need to go from 30 to 32 teams?
Need? Probably not, but, well, like, I want Seattle to have a team back, so I'm very in favor of that. In favor of that, I guess I should say. Yeah, I think the talent is enough. I do think it is. You could, you're rolling your eyes a little bit. You think
we got 10 teams that don't care right now.
Well, yeah. That's the thing. Is this just sort of an exception, this weird season with obviously a loaded draft or not? I'm more lean towards it is, and we'll get back to a little bit more normal where we won't have like 10 quote unquote garbage teams and more of your normal 3, 4, whatever. So I think we'll be fine. I think we see these guys get opportunities and a lot of guys step up and like, oh yeah, there is a bigger role for some of these guys. And we're going to open up 30 roster spots.
Yeah. I like the idea. I think we can definitely put enough talent on those teams to do it. I think it's more about coaching and the organization than anything, in all honesty. Yeah, we need Nickeil Alexander-Walker to do it. You see what he's doing. He was a backup in Minnesota. Now he gets a new role. Woo, he is good. And
Yes, I agree. All NBA players are good. You give them
Yeah.
the opportunity, they can score 25 a game. But do you need DeAnthony Melton leading a team?
Okay, well,
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it's.
That's a
Look
shot
at
at
look
you.
at the guys that we drafted in the expansion draft.
Yeah.
These aren't superstars.
No, they're going to get their superstars through the draft is what they're
Right.
going to do.
Yeah.
I mean, like every expansion team. Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of elevating somebody that's on a bad team or like, you know, a secondary guy on a bad team, hopefully it's more parity where there's more stars that are getting distributed a little bit more. Like, you know, for example, I wouldn't say Tatum is ever leaving the Celtics, but Tatum and Brown split up, you know, one of those. one of those. But again, it's all about the coaching. Like Jordan Ott is in Phoenix coaching this organization perfectly. They have one star. No disrespect to Dylan Brooks and Jalen Green, but they have Devin Booker, Colin Gillespie, star in my heart. But, they just need one. They just need one. And it's about the organization. So there's going to be bad teams like there's in the NFL. It's all about the organization. I think there's enough talent.
Fun couple thoughts from our guy Ziller in his newsletter this morning. Some acute player-related issues to think about with expansion. Does this timeline guarantee that LeBron plays one more season before retiring and joining one of the groups bidding on the Vegas franchise? Okay, he throws that out there. And then, does this timeline set up Kevin Durant to rejoin the Seattle Supersonics at age 40? Two thoughts to chew on there. LeBron in Vegas and maybe even KD playing and ending his career in Seattle.
It could definitely happen.
Both are definitely possible.
I mean, LeBron is playing another season. I think it's crazy that people think he's going to retire this year.
Okay.
So he's going to play another season, but I also think he's been priced out of the Vegas team at this point. I mean, the dude's rich, but look at the guys that are buying NBA teams at this point. These are the richest men in America, and LeBron is, unfortunately for him, not quite on that list.
He would join
He can join a group, for sure.
Yeah.
But that's been known to happen. KD going back to Seattle, that's cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
And he doesn't seem like he's in any hurry to stop playing. With the comments he made about wanting to join the Olympic team for the 2028 Olympics, that's like the same time frame as Seattle getting a team back.
Yeah, I think it's possible. Let's take a break, and when we come back, we're going to hit the beach, answer a few of your questions. Right now, new FanDuel customers can get up to $300 back in bonus bets every day for 10 days. If your bet loses, here's how this works. Place a tournament bet using the token. And if it doesn't win, you'll get up to $300 back in bonus bets every single day for 10 straight days. That's 10 chances to play all tourney long, from game props and money lines to spreads and totals and futures and more. You can even mix things up with the same game parlays for a shot at a bigger payout. However you want to fill out your bracket, FanDuel makes it easy to stay in the action day after day. So visit the FanDuel Sportsbook app today. FanDuel, time to dance. Get your dance on. I was going to say I was dancing last night at Our Lady Peace, but you're not really dancing. I'm just sort of swaying, moving with the beat, doing a lot of this. Always amazed by how many people are not actually moving to music in a live setting. Am I wrong? Like, I just find, I'm not kidding. I find it physically impossible to not at least bob my head, move my body a little bit to live music, especially. Of course. Really, any music. People just stand there like a statue, just enjoying it. I'm not saying they're not enjoying it. Just
grinning ear to ear.
Yeah, it just blows my mind. Anyway, great show at the Buckhead Theater last night. Our Lady Peace, JD, they still got it. They still got it 30 years later.
I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah, you should have come.
If there is anyone who doesn't sway, it might be JD.
Yeah, JD. JD's a drummer, man.
Yeah. I'm very uncomfortable in the audience. I like to be on stage, like, playing. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
Like, like my brother's a pilot, and when he sees a plane in the air, he's like, I should be there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I should be flying this plane. Every plane that he sees. So I feel like awkward in the audience. Like, this isn't for me. This is for all of you people.
Fascinating. Fascinating.
Yeah. It's like how we feel about watching sports. I mean, I feel like I should be on the court.
Yeah, exactly. So
I'm just going to sit at home now.
Okay. All right, let's hit the beach. Let's do it.
I got the buzz, I got the rockets, you got the nuts, I got the chocolates, we got that chit chat down pat, blah blah blah. You got that certain special, je ne sais quoi.
You won't believe this. Our Lady Peace played this song last night. Yeah. It was crazy. And then we read a bunch of emails, or they did on stage. Reigns, apparently big NBA guy. So that's cool.
Who's his favorite team?
I have no idea. No
Probably the
clue.
Raptors.
I would think the Raptors, being a Canadian, but I don't know that for sure. That's just us assuming. Look it up.
Maybe you grew up close to Minnesota. Minnesota's like, it's like Canada North.
All right. Got a couple questions. Thanks for sending them in. NoDunksInc@gmail.com. That's INC if you want to send in a question for the next beach step. All right, first one. Hey, fellas. Hey, man. In the past, there have been some great NBA team nicknames like the Heatles, Light Years Ahead Warriors, We Believe Warriors, Beautiful Game Spurs, Bad Boy Pistons, Jailblazers, Showtime Lakers, Lob City Clippers. I could go on and on. Are there any current day team nicknames? If not, can you guys just come up with some? So that's Nolan. That's the music finally.
There we
Or
go.
I mean the waves.
The waves
finally
are
crash.
in. The waves are in.
Holy, okay.
There's a big waves.
Yeah. All right.
Took a while to come together. That wave just splashed on in.
Before we get to making up ones, are there any actual ones that you like? Current day team nicknames. I thought of one that sort of like gained some steam this year. The Nasty Dogs. Remember the Pistons were trying to say they were the Nasty Dogs. Now I think Nasty Boys is better.
It is.
Off of Bad Boys. Go Nasty Boys.
Nasty
You don't
Boys.
got to be dogs.
Yeah,
That's
it's got to be
funny.
boys somehow.
Anyway, that was the only one like I could actually sort of think of.
Were
squads.
they coming up with that? Because I literally I came up with one essentially because of what Dennis Jenkins said, and he said, yeah, we're all nasty dogs, nasty boys. I'm cutting some promos for these Pistons. I think I didn't think of the nasty boys. I guess I went pun. Detroit Pistones. Because they play like they've got stones in them. Yeah, it's
They got
not so
kidney
good.
stones.
Yeah. It's not so good. We're working on it.
Okay.
We're working on it.
Okay, so I guess the
that's
answer
it.
is no. Let's just
Is there
make up
another
some.
one of
Yeah,
30
the beam
teams?
team is extinct, unfortunately. Though the Kings are winning some games right now, so maybe they are the beam team again.
I wrote down the beam teams are basically now the scream team because if you're a Kings fan, you're like screaming at this team. Like, what the hell are you doing? You can't win when we want you to win. You can't lose when we want you to lose. So you're screaming at them.
Sure.
It's not my best work, I'll be honest.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I got some bad ones too.
Okay, good. What do you got?
For the Pistons, the sandy swimsuits, because they rub people the wrong way.
Sandy
I mean, it's not. It's an insane.
I mean, it's funny.
I like it.
Funny.
The sandy swimsuits. Come on, you hate it when you get sand in your liner.
Yeah.
The rashes or whatever.
Yucky.
Yeah.
How about for the Spurs, the War of the Worlds?
Because he's an alien.
Yeah, it's aliens versus everybody else on
Yeah,
Earth.
yeah.
And the ships they have in the at least the Tom Cruise edition are very Wemby-like,
Yeah.
very top-heavy,
Yeah.
very tall.
Yep.
So that was my aliens one. And then I don't actually believe this, but the name is too good. I gotta say it. The Grift and Grind Thunder.
Grift and grind.
Grift and grind. They got a great defense and they got a foul baiter as their leader.
Jesus, man.
Grift and grind.
Off of the
Yeah, it's
Grit
good.
and grind
It's
Grizzly.
really good.
Yeah.
It's really, really good, actually. It will catch on. That one could catch on.
For sure. I don't have anything as good as the Grift and grind, but I put down the Warriors should be called the Hangover because the good days are gone, man. The peak era, and now we're here. We're hanging on. We're hanging on. See what we got left. I think you could call the Charlotte Hornets Futurama, the animated show, because this is a team about the future. We're almost there. Like next couple of years, they're going to be good.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
I also wrote down the Nuggets, the Gold Rush.
Hey, okay.
The number one offense in the league.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was scrambling here. The Magic, I just wrote down the Gathering.
Simple. I mean, that's a simple, easy
that
one
actually
for sure.
doesn't
Yeah.
sound that bad. If they get back to being like a top 3 defense, like elite defensive, we're the Gathering. Did you ever play that?
I didn't. I
I
keep
guess
se-
card game.
No,
I never
no.
did either. JD, did your kids ever get into the Gathering?
They kind of collected the cards, but we never really
Never played it, yeah.
Yeah. The movie's coming out soon.
There's a movie on Magic the Gathering.
That's what-
Yeah, directed by the Nirvana the Band guy.
Wow.
Whoa.
Really?
Yeah. There's a
Okay.
clip of him, I think he's on the big picture, talking about how he wanted to be a professional Magic the Gathering player.
Okay.
And then when he realized it wasn't going to happen for him, he was like, I guess I got to, start thinking seriously about directing movies.
Oh
now.
wow. Okay. All right. Well.
And now he's been tapped to direct the movie. So we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Wow,
Great.
they're just now doing a movie. That's crazy,
Yeah.
actually. They waited 30 years. The time is right.
Yeah. Strike now.
Ziggy's got a good one here in the stream
Okay.
team. For the Spurs, Men in Black. They wear black. They have an alien. It's pretty good.
Pretty good, man.
They're all
Okay.
business. Yeah, that's a great one.
It's not bad.
I think the ones that their teams would go by, I think teams would go with Gold Rush. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They might even have. For all I know, they probably sell shirts that say Gold Rush on them or something. I don't know.
Probably. Yeah, I don't think there's a question about that. All right, next question here. Howdy, fellas. What GMs do you think will or should be shown the door this summer? As a Warriors fan, I'll be throwing a party the day Mike Dunleavy Jr. is given a box to clean out his things. But realistically, I think we'll be stuck with him for a long time. Sad caca. Thanks for all y'all do. Best pod around. P.S. I have my own Substack, Simply Warriors, and I'd be remiss to not share with you legends. That's from Christian.
Simply
All right.
Warriors.
All right, Christian. Let's give Christian an answer. What GMs do you think will get axed?
The most obvious answer to me was Daryl Morey as the Philadelphia 76ers GM. You know, it's been a while. Some of it definitely his fault in the construction of the team. Obviously, some of it out of his hands with unfortunate injuries to main guys and stuff like that. But I don't know if he's going to be long for the Sixers organization. So I had Morey as my easy answer. It seems like you had him as well, TK.
I had him on my list.
Yeah.
6th season for Morey.
Yeah.
And I mean, last summer we were like, hey, man, great moves, Daryl Morey.
Yeah.
Bringing in Paul George, signing Embiid to an extension, which immediately turned out to be both bad deals. But the thing with Morey is, unfortunately, he comes through on the incentives for the Sixers. They're like, you need to cut the tax. He cuts the tax.
I gotcha.
It means they lost Jared McCain, but he was doing what he was asked. So it's like, what do the Sixers want? Do they really want to win, or do they want to be competitive and make money? It usually goes the second way. So we will see. But he was high on my list, as well as was John Horst for the Milwaukee Bucks. Built the championship team, but if Giannis decides to go, it could be a complete change of leadership from coaching to the front office as well, especially with like the Miles Turner thing hanging over their heads, lack of success on any draft pick they've made basically since the Giannis pick. Building that title team was awesome, but we've seen teams move on from their GMs quickly thereafter, and this isn't even that quick at that point.
Yep.
I think the Pelicans have to move on from Joey Dumars and Troy Weaver. I know it's only been 1 year.
Wow. Yeah.
But you look at the top 3 salaries on the New Orleans Pelicans teams in Zion, Jordan Poole, and DeJounte Murray. 3 guys that aren't leading good teams, whether or not you get rid of one or the second or the other. And we know Joe Dumars and Troy Weaver aren't definitely not getting rid of all 3. Are they getting rid of any of them? That's a fair question. And they have to move on. They literally have to move on to a different direction. And so I think that should be done immediately. Even though, again, I understand why Gail Benson decided to go. Let's go with the old guy, and Dumars, who's been around forever. I understand that idea, but it's not going to work with these guys who were signed for multiple years. So you're going to have multiple years of in a great situation, you'd be an average team. In a perfect situation, I imagine you'd be an average team.
I look forward to one of those guys you mentioned leading an expansion team in 3 years. Either Zion, Jordan Poole, or DeJounte Murray. DeJounte Murray in Seattle, boom, done. He's from there.
DeJounte Murray. Well, see, that's the beauty of the current NBA salary cap, is that you're going to get guys on the bottom of rosters that need to go because they need to cut salary. Like Nickeil Alexander-Walker was cut from Minnesota because Tim Connolly couldn't pay him. We see him in Atlanta. So we're going to see some teams. And I don't think anyone's going to say, hey, DeJounte Murray, lead our team. If they're thinking things through. Multiple teams got rid of him.
Speaking of Nickeil Alexander-Walker, great timing on this email that came in before last night's game. Gents, whenever I see Nickeil Alexander-Walker ball out for the Atlanta Hawks, I get absolutely incensed about an obscure trade. On February 9th, 2022, a date that lives in infamy, perhaps to only me, my Portland Trailblazers traded NAW for an injured Joe Ingles and a second-round pick. Joe Ingles was out for the season and on an expiring contract and never played 1 minute for the Blazers. Why? Even then, there was talk of NAW's potential. I promise I think about this trade more than the vast majority on Earth. Do you have an obscure trade that you think about more than the normal ball knower? This is from Jamal. And again, impeccably timed here with NAW going for a career-high 41. He must have been livid. Poor Jamal. Nuts. At least his Blazers beat the Nets. But, do you have an obscure trade that you think about way more than the average person, TK?
I've got a current one, and it even involves the Blazers. In summer of 2021, the Bulls traded Lauri Markkanen to the Cavs in a 3-team trade. They got back Derrick Jones Jr. and a conditional first-round pick from Portland, protected top 14 from 2022 to 2028, and it still has not conveyed. And it's probably not going to convey again this season. But I'm always rooting for the Blazers to actually take a step forward. When we're talking about GMs who might get canned, I think Joe Cronin's going to be on the hot seat. Like, you're into this rebuild right now, and Denny is the best player you've gotten via trade. Scoot doesn't look great. I think that's another guy who needs to see some results next year. But I would also like to see them have some results so that the Bulls can get that first-round pick finally. Derrick Jones Jr. hasn't even been on Chicago for 2 seasons.
Wow.
It's going to be another year, at least, before it conveys.
Okay.
How have they been in the bottom 14 this long? I thought the Blazers were supposed to be good.
Yeah, well, they've been struggling.
Yeah, that's
Better than the Bulls. They've been 500. Or just thereabouts.
It's a good one to look back at draft picks like that because those things matter when it comes to trades. But when it comes to sports talk shows, nobody's waiting for 5 years to see if it comes true. And it kind of relates to mine because mine's a Raptors trade when they traded Gravis Vasquez to the Milwaukee Bucks for Norman Powell in the 2015 offseason. That, in and of itself, good trade.
Incredible.
See, Norman was a second-round pick that offseason, and he comes on over and helps the Raps win a playoff series immediately with that dunk on the Indiana Pacers, their first playoff series win in forever. So that's great. But what was also in that trade was a first-round pick in 2017 that the Raptors used to draft OG Anunoby. So that came through for them, and that they got to use that pick, and they just made a great draft pick, and OG turned into a monster. But Gravis Vasquez, who was at the end of his career essentially, to Milwaukee, and they said, that's Norman guy, not so good. Gravis he's gonna do it with Giannis and OG for Gravis Vasquez. That's a wild one.
Well, I'll take the opposite side of things for the Raptors then, because a trade that I think about way too much, and I talk about it all the time here on the show. In January of 2024, the Raptors traded Pascal Siakam to the Pacers for Bruce Brown, Kira Lewis Jr., Jordan Nwora, and a few picks, only one of which the Raptors ended up using on Jacoby Walter. And I was pissed at the time. I'm still pissed that they didn't get like one of like the youngish players on the Pacers that I feel like you maybe could have. I know Siakam's contract played a big part in this, and obviously the deal he got from Indiana, but no Mathurin, no Nembhard. Got 2 Canadians too at that. No Ben Shepherd, no Isaiah Jackson. I was even saying like, why not Isaiah Jackson? That's an absolute garbage trade. In retrospect, it was at the time too, but good on the Pacers, and he's obviously helped them go quite far in the postseason. I think about it all the time. How can you not get one more player?
Waited too long.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, they did turn. I was hoping that one of those picks that they got, that they turned into with the Utah Jazz, would have been all right. It was Isaiah Collier that they moved on from to get, now I can't even think of his name just because I'm right here. 3-and-D guy that they ended up moving on from recently this year. Ochai Agbaji. Yeah, didn't pan out. Yeah. I was hoping one of those late picks, just like I said, this OG Anunoby pick, I mean, it's 23rd. Maybe one day you do get a good guy with those picks. Some days, no. In this case, no. Yeah.
Some days, no.
Final one.
Bing bong. This crossover of no dunks and Blackpink is something I never thought would happen. What's a crossover between two things in your world that shocked you? And this is
Come on, Tass.
This isn't
Read
me.
the email, Tass. Read the email.
This isn't me making this noise. This is from Captain Bones,
There you go.
who's an amateur wrestler. I guess you call him an amateur wrestler.
100% you
And his
would.
character,
He's a pirate, right?
is he?
Yeah, JD, you can speak to this.
JD knows.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm mad.
100% he's a pirate.
yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong, Captain Bones sent in footage of like a new finishing move, or at least a new move he's working on, where he basically gives a guy a wedgie.
That's
Right? That happened.
yeah.
I watched that clip.
Confirmed.
Same. I didn't know the pirate was giving the wedgie,
Yeah.
but that was a good wedgie.
Captain Bones.
Finished the match.
Captain Bones.
Crossover between two things in your world that shocked you. You get to start it here.
We're getting one tomorrow. Mr. Beast is going to be on Survivor soon.
Soon. Zach Brown first.
Yeah, we got Zach Brown tomorrow. My bad. I guess he's technically in my world since I saw his Bones costume at the Fortress last night. Zach Brown has a social club here in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Zach Brown Social Club. But yeah, Mr. Beast is going to be on Survivor. That's weird.
What's he doing?
JD's theory is that he's going to bring out a machete and cut a whole bunch of people.
That's right.
because
by offering them money.
Yeah.
they've got more contestants than they usually do. The numbers don't really work out episode wise for eliminating one person per episode. And Beast Games, that guy likes to just cut people nice and easy. I've never actually watched an episode of Beast Games, but my kids do, and I can tell that's what happens.
I have watched a couple episodes of it, and yeah, that's exactly what
Nice.
happens. But I love the concept or the theory that Mr. Beast comes out and says, if you leave this game right now, I'll give you $100,000 or whatever, right? Whatever the money is. And who leaves?
Who leaves?
Blackballed from Jeff Probst forever.
You don't think you would like it?
I mean,
Taking the Beast bait?
yeah, he would.
Playing along?
But also, Probst is all about journey and story.
does love a
Find yourself
journey,
out
yes.
here. Don't worry about the $1 million. Learn who you are. Learn who you are out here on the island. So
Interesting.
Yeah.
I learned I like money,
I don't
Jeff.
know. We'll see if it happens.
I learned money is more important to
Yeah.
me than maybe winning.
Yeah. Can I piggyback off that, because I have
Hop on.
a Survivor sort of crossover with our world too. I can't remember who, for the life of me, who sent this in. So apologies to whoever sent this by way of I believe DMs. I looked yesterday for like 30 minutes trying to find where the hell this was
I
sent.
hate
in.
when that
I
happens.
couldn't find it. I got so frustrated. I was like, all right, sorry, man. I want to give you the credit, but I can't find you. But this is a semi-interesting no dunks, no buffs crossover. So NBA world, Survivor world. 4 days after the Survivor 48 finale aired, Kyle Frazier, who won Survivor 48, he returned to Fiji to film Survivor 50 in the hands of the fans. This is the all-returnee season, which we're now covering on Nobus. That's what Trey is talking about. New episode on Wednesday night. But while Kyle's first season was finishing up airing on CBS, and before he headed back for season 50, Kyle watched, because he's an NBA fan, Damian Lillard and Jason Tatum both tear their Achilles early in the playoffs.
Whoa.
Okay? So that was late April for Dame, early May for Tatum. Kyle then heads to Fiji for Survivor 50 in, let's call it late May, early June, because filming started June 6th. The first immunity challenge of the season, Kyle lands awkwardly trying to go up a ramp. He's unable to put any weight on his leg. He toughs it out, but the following day, he's removed from the game, from Survivor, by the medics over fear that he ruptured his Achilles tendon, which were proven to be true. He did. So they send Kyle home, you have to assume, soon after that. It's not like he's sticking around. He's not on the jury or anything like that. So he probably goes home in mid-June. Okay? What happens next? On June 22nd, 2025, Tyrese Halliburton tears his Achilles in Game 7 of the NBA Finals.
Wow.
Holy crap. What a run for Kyle Frazier here. Watches Dame, tears Achilles. Watches Tatum, tears Achilles. Goes to Survivor, tears his Achilles, returns to basically see the NBA Finals Game 7, Tyrese Halliburton tear his.
That's crazy.
I wish I could find the name of the person that sent that in. It blew my mind. I got to talk to Kyle about it. And he is an NBA fan. He's a Knicks fan. I know that.
Wow. So interesting. He must have felt very conflicted about the Halliburton one.
Yeah, or even the Tatum one, I guess.
Well, yeah, but he has his own torn Achilles.
Yeah,
By that
right,
point.
by then.
And he's seen the Knicks have their hearts broken by Tyrese
Yeah,
Halliburton.
right.
That's why I think he'd be conflicted. But in that moment, he tears his Achilles. Do you think Lillard or Tatum is flashing to his mind first? Probably Tatum.
Tatum.
Yeah.
More recent.
Agreed.
Against the
Against
Knicks,
his
right?
team.
Yeah.
Yeah, Game 5.
Oh, now I'm searching for it. I'm trying to find
Isn't that crazy, man?
this connection. Yeah.
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 Okay, good.
I saw Wendell went to a Thunder game this week.
I saw that too.
Saw that.
With Christina.
Saw that. Yeah.
There's some more crossovers for you.
We get excited when there's a Survivor contestant that's an NBA fan.
Yep.
Or even mentions the NBA when they're out there. We got Kobe's
Sure,
been mentioned before
sure.
and stuff like that. Yeah. All right. Any other answers? Do you have an answer for this one?
Oh yeah, me. I saw a Nike T-shirt that had an espresso mocha pot on the back, and those are two great things. Nike,
Yeah.
coffee.
You love them.
I love a mocha pot. It's cool to see a mocha pot. It's one of those machina that things people call. I've used it. I mean, they make a great cup of coffee.
Oh, okay.
The
Yeah,
color,
I actually
We're
don't
talking
know
about-
what.
yeah.
Oh, that's what that is. Okay.
That-
Yeah.
No, that's what it was called.
the color of the T-shirt, spectacular.
Was it like coffee color? I mean,
No.
not brown, but like a
No, it's like a
tan, maybe?
Now, they just picked this. It's a beautiful color. It's like a pink, burgundy, pinky brown. It's hard to. I can't even know. I don't even know what the color was. Was it magenta? Maybe. I don't know. But it was spectacular.
Okay, a reddish color.
Yeah,
of some sort.
So
Nice.
soft. Anyways, I'm sorry. I didn't have a Survivor connection.
That's okay.
I mean, I'm not
learned. I
sorry.
didn't know that's
That's
what
all
a
we think
mocha pot
about.
was.
Yeah.
But I know exactly. Now I know what you're talking
those
about. The
Italians.
3-chambered stovetop coffee maker. Yeah. Invented in 1933. The mocha pot.
The Italians know what's up. 3-chambered. Yeah. Bottom, middle, top.
That's three.
Yeah.
That's three, buddy.
I mean, it's got to be water, beans, coffee completed. You would
Yeah.
think, right?
Yeah.
I thought your answer was going to be when Ed Sheeran was on Game of Thrones. That was pretty cool. Another
was
one I
good.
had was
I was definitely thinking of Ed Sheeran as you guys were talking about Mr. Beast. Like, it's just like, what's happening here?
what is happening?
Yeah. Mr. Beast. I'm glad it's not a real machete. Anyways, go on.
No, I was just going to say that I popped during the Oscars in a memoriam when they showed the casting director from Fast and Furious. And then I realized that's not actually like a weird crossover because Fast and Furious is a movie.
Yeah.
Likely place for them to be shown during the movie awards, but the Oscars?
Yeah, it's
that's got to be
weird.
the
It's
first
weird.
time
They
anyone
picked a
saw
great
Fast
clip
and
too,
Furious.
where they zoom out of all the cars.
yeah.
It's like Vin and Jason Momoa, I think, right? Or,
Jason
Momoa was in it,
Momoa
yeah.
was in it
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah. I was like, finally, some respect.
I got excited.
I really wanted to integrate Fast and Furious into the way we would market an NBA team. Like, I wanted to call someone like the fastest team.
Yeah.
I thought,
Oh.
maybe.
I mean, if the
fastest
Pistons
pace.
played the fastest, would be good. They're pretty furious.
Yeah.
Who's the fastest
Too
team
slow.
right now?
Fast and Furious would be a good name.
Miami
for a team.
Heat?
The Heat.
Heat,
yeah.
the Heat.
Too Fast, Too Furious is a set in Miami.
Yeah.
A lot of it. Cool. Very cool.
All right, great emails. Got us off on some tangents. Well, boy of the night, sponsored by AK Vintage Collecting on eBay. Link in the show notes. Ari Klein. We had to show you some love once again here with Whoa because Ari, if you watched our Substack video where we opened up mail, sent us a bunch of clothing items from his store on eBay, his Vintage Collecting. He's got some cool items. It's a cool Suns puffer jacket that I was like, oh, that's pretty badass looking. Yeah, there's like some NBA stuff up there, which is pretty fun.
Yeah. If it wasn't March 17th, I'd be wearing the hat that he
sent
in.
you. Oh, yeah, you had the Canadian hat.
Yeah, we gave you the wrong day here, Ari Klein. That's my bad. That's all right. But yes, Canadian airline hat,
Yes. Now defunct Canadian airline.
corduroy.
Nickeil Alexander Walker, Canadian boy. Man, you should have had the hat on, man. He poured in a career-high 41 points as the Hawks extended their winning streak to 10 games. We talked about it to start the show. Shimmy, shimmy, nah. Shot 12 of 21 from the field. 9 of 14 from deep. 8 of 9 at the line. 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals in 37 minutes.
And
Hell
one
yeah.
Kobe impression,
Hell
which
yeah.
was the chill out, cool out, relax.
Chill. I got
We're
this.
going to win this.
I
thing.
got this.
Yeah,
Great game
great
from
game.
NAW. Pick 'em tonight. I got a much needed win to try and chase you guys down in March. I'm 4-7. You guys are 7-4. I had the Hawks in the Magic City Monday game. Can't believe you picked against them, guys. The energy that was going to be in that
energy.
building.
Yeah.
Team in one night in a row, man.
Against a team that won 7 in a row that didn't have it. Not at all. Those Orlando Magic. Tonight, should we get a better one in the Southeast Division battle? Miami visiting the Charlotte Hornets. The Hornets favored by 4.5. Miami is 3-0 against Charlotte this season. So I expect Charlotte to fight back. I'm not super excited about this one. It's the first game home from a long road trip. Not super long, but it's still a road trip. They played 11 days ago. And so maybe Charlotte avenges that game. Bam Adebayo questionable with a calf injury, but you guys are both taking those Miami Heat to lose by 4 or less, or outright win, obviously.
I
I've
thought the
got
line was a
Charlotte.
little big.
It is a little big, isn't
I
it?
thought maybe even a Hornets win tonight, but a close one. So that's why I went Miami.
Little big line for the Fast and Furious Heat.
Let's come on through.
Yeah, it's
maybe
gonna
Vin
work.
Diesel will get the start for Bam Adebayo.
Maybe
You never know.
maybe Vin
Sign
Diesel.
a 10-way deal.
I would
10-day
love to
deal.
see him shoot a basketball.
It's got to be
It's gotta be tough
ugly as
to
shit.
get those shoulders.
Yeah,
I don't think he has touch.
I don't think he has any touch. He does not look like a guy that's really ever played basketball. And imagine him dribbling.
No, you can't imagine him dribbling. He goes to a lot of games though.
Yeah, good.
Vin is a frequent attender.
Yeah, okay.
I'll never forget he was at the gold medal game. It must have been the London Olympics. Is that 2012?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were filming there. They cut to Vin.
Yeah,
Big thumbs up in the crowd.
Yeah.
He sticks with the thumbs up. I gotta find a video of him playing basketball.
Okay.
Not right now, but
All right.
I'll let you know if I find one.
Tomorrow.
Yeah,
Please
yeah.
bring that tomorrow to the table.
Which character from Fast and Furious would make the best basketball player?
Ooh.
Interesting.
You said-
Interesting. Momoa's big.
He
He is big.
He could have shoulder problems too, just lacking flexibility.
Yeah.
But I trust he's athletic. I mean, he does athletic things.
Mm-hmm.
The Rock was a D1 athlete.
CFL player.
I can't imagine him playing basketball very much either.
Mm.
Paul Walker, R.I.P. Maybe he's got a nice outside shot.
I forget his name in the movie. What about Bow Wow?
Oh, good
Bow
one.
Wow.
Yeah.
He can
yeah.
hoop?
Yeah.
What's his name in the movie?
He's
Drawing
in
a blank.
Tokyo Drift.
I know. I literally,
Yeah.
I'll look it up. That's gonna
I forget
bother
what his
me.
name is.
Oh, Bow Wow.
Somebody in the comments.
Tokyo
probably let it-
Drift.
Twinkie.
Twinkie.
Twinkie. I knew it was something stupid like that.
If he had the shoes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Tokyo Drift is way later than him singing. I like the way they dribble up and down the court. That's way later, right? But I mean, he could have been filming at the same time. No, it's way later. Cool story, bro.
I would like to see a game between Lucas Black and Vin Diesel.
Lucas Black
Excuse me.
is
Sean
the star of the third
Boswell
one.
of the Tokyo
Yeah.
Drift. You imagine that game? It'd be wild.
Well, Lucas's brother's pretty good.
Anthony?
Yeah. He
Or
said he
Leaky.
learned.
Or Leaky.
Yeah, they're three brothers.
Yeah.
Anthony and Leaky say that Lucas taught him everything they know. He was
Wow.
just ahead of his time.
All right, let's call it there. Jesus. We're going to be back tomorrow, though, and we're having some fun because we are filling out our March Madness bracket on tomorrow's No Dunks. Three guys that know very little about college basketball fill out the perfect bracket. So join us live as we talk our way through that. We'll talk about some of the games tonight as well off the top, I'm sure. We have a link in the show notes if you want to join the No Dunks, what do we call it? Classic tournament,
Sure.
I think is what we call it. We're
Yep.
using the CBS one, the official one. So hit that link, join it. I don't know. We'll put something up for the winner of this whole thing. Some t-shirts at the very least. So go
A
get
lot of
in.
entries already
Yeah, there's
in.
like 600 entries. We don't even...
I see we got a J.E. Skeets in here.
Hell yeah, you do. I filled it out yesterday.
Jackie boy. Just another guy that's in
Yeah.
there.
So we'll fill out No Dunks bracket for that big pool on tomorrow's show. So hopefully you'll join us then at 10 a.m. Eastern. Till then, Clipper Bros.
You heard it here first. Have a great time. Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
Thanks for joining us. And remember, according to the internet, Jason Momoa has never played basketball. I see him in an interview with Jimmy Kimmel in 2023. This video is from 2023. I don't think he ever played. So, the more you know.
He's more like into like throwing axes and archery and
Yes.
stuff like
Big
that.
time.
We have that on good record from
Yep.
friends that have actually done that with him here in Atlanta. So it sort of doesn't shock me.
That's
that he's
right.
Maybe
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
likes your normal sports, let's call them. Yeah. Okay. But he's a good swimmer.
He's Aquaman.
Praise the day, people.